S004. This particular lab is a Geotechnical Engineering Lab. I'll just take you to this particular lab inside. You just see the overall ambience of this laboratory. So this laboratory is utilized for UG students in semester 5 as Geotechnical Engineering Laboratory, and then they are also using this particular laboratory for advanced in semester 5, that is Soil Mechanics and Foundation Engineering Laboratory. You can see here the vision, mission, program outcomes, program educational objectives, program specific outcomes, and also the safety instructions posters has been written for the students. Whenever the students coming to the class, coming to the laboratory, we are making them aware about all this informations. We are very strictly following all the safety instructions, and at various places this safety norms has been placed. I will actually take you through. You can see this particular laboratory, as I said, is equipped with all the teaching aid. In COVID time, we have a computer ICT tools is also been enabled in this particular laboratory. There is a sitting area for the laboratory assistant. Already they are sitting there and working. You can say some of the MTECH students and PhD students are also working in this laboratory for their dissertations. In the free time, when the laboratory is not exist, the students of UG is also utilizing this particular laboratory for their projects. Same way the PG students and the PhD students are also utilizing this particular lab for the you can say their projects. I will now take you to the various equipments. So you can see here there are number of equipments has been there. So this is the equipment which is called as the CBR equipment, California Bearing Ratio Test equipment. It is used to find out the California bearing ratio of the soil, which is generally being utilized for design of flexible pavements. All the information related to the procedure of this particular test is also being pasted just besides this particular equipment along with all important instructions. Similarly, if you come here, so this is the digital compactor. It is being used for standard Proctor test to find out the maximum dry density and the optimum moisture content of the soil. So again, as I said, all the information related to this equipment, instruction manuals which has been written here. This equipment is utilized for relative density setup. So this is a relative density setup is there. Then this equipment is for shear test, UCS, that is unconfined compression test. So generally it is being used to find out the shear strength parameter for clay soil. Then you have a triaxial test. So this is one more addition where we can find out the shear strength of triaxial by means of the triaxial clay soil of using triaxial method. We also have the humidity chamber, so that if the you can say the conditions or the ambient conditions of the sample is to be maintained. So this has been maintained in this particular humidity chamber. You can see the various samples are already been placed by the various students and which has been stored here with utmost you can say the accuracy. I would like to show this particular equipment which has been designed and fabricated by our own BTECH students during their projects. This equipment is you can say the fabricated right now. It is being used for geosynthetic testing and plate load test. So basically you can say the small setup, it is being utilized for plate load test, and this is multi-purpose. Like if we want to use for the shear strength or direct shear strength, box shear strength of a large sample, then also this particular sample is being used with another setup of this. So this has been actually designed and fabricated by our own BTECH students during their projects. Then this is the classical oven for drying of the samples. Then you have these two equipments, which is the direct shear test equipments. It is used for finding out the shear strength parameters for sandy soil, especially. Also, this particular equipment, one is having the constant speed, other is having, you can say, the variable speed. So whenever we need to have a pore water pressure measurement is to be done, at the same time, at that time, we are using the equipment which is of variable speed. Then next comes is the consolidation test setup. This consolidation test setup is being used for finding out the settlement properties of different types of soil. So at the same time, you can put 4 different samples together and you can find out the settlement behavior of the soil. Same way, if you see here, so this is the swelling pressure test setup, where the swelling pressure of the soil can be measured. So especially wherever there is an expansive soil, then in such conditions you can actually find out what will be the swelling pressure of the soil. Besides me, there is a setup for permeability test. So whenever we require, you can say this is to be set up, and this is a constant head permeability setup. This is the setup for you can say falling head permeability test setup, and which is being lies here. Whenever we need, we are putting up this particular thing. Now I will just take you, I will show you the glimpse of another triaxial test equipment what we are using for the research. This is GDS enabled equipment, came from UK, which is actually taken from the project of Energy Saving Fund of Gujarat government, and this equipment is being utilized for you can say the sophisticated triaxial test, which is going for a very long period of time. Here we have also established some of the workstations. So wherever the students would like to do their simulations in their projects, they will use these particular workstations based on their necessity, and they will utilize these high-end workstations for their purposes. So most of the project students, based on their need, they will install the software and they will work over here. So same way, this is all the workstations has been actually placed. These are the, you can see on this particular board, for this particular laboratory, all the course outcome of Geotechnical Engineering Lab is being tested. List of major equipment is been there. All the major equipments, its mapping with course outcome and the program outcome is been there. So this is actually very handy for our students to understand this particular outcome based philosophy. Similarly, on this particular thing, same way, the laboratory assistant and the in charge name with their phone number is pasted. So whenever it is a necessity, they can contact the you can say the concerned person. Similarly, in semester 5, this particular laboratory is being also used for advanced testing for soil mechanics and foundation engineering. Again, in the same way, CO, list of major equipments, list of major experiments, their mapping with CO, course outcome and the program outcome is been actually mapped. And this is all records of laboratory which has been placed, and you can see this overall ambience of this particular laboratory. I would also like to highlight about several safety instructions which has been pasted. You can see here there is a safety instruction for the shoes. Also there is a you can say this is at various places you will have a various safety instructions has been actually pasted. Now also you can say that there is a medical kit. You can see here the medical kit is also been there. So whenever some injuries happen, actually the students can make use of this particular medical kit with some tablets. And some handy medical equipment is there. And its information is also been actually pasted over here. So this is all about this particular laboratory.